Maybe a bit more aggressive.
Well, we're going to say he's going to first ball after lunch, deliver it side the off stump, attempt to play, and then at the last minute, drawing the back end. Level of fitness seems to be weary. This next nipping back, from side the off stump. Sears looking to leave a delivery alone from Mahmoud and coming by. All hands went up. We get back to that point in a second. All hands went up as that one came back to finish an event for first over after lunch, and we will be out playing cricket. This net zero is hammering hard behind point by McGrath. Two fielders chasing after. It's going to pull up just inside the boundary. The boundary there on the western side, a little bit big. Mahmoud again to McGrath outside the off stump. Plays it down that gully region, and there's no. So I agree with your point. 6 to continue to Sears. This delivery is a defensive Sears. Sears loses his footing and tumbles. Sorry, Hogg loses footing. And
he is something else.
Mahmoud again to Sears. This delivery is wrapping on the pass. Loud appeal for a late for the umpire says not out. Loud appeal. They're still appealing. They can't believe it. Delivery pitch number length seemed to straighten. The umpire also judging. The two things will have come into mind. One, had it pitched in line, and two, was it going to go on to strike the stump? Should be ready and I'm going to send it right off. I can promise you that. This delivery again is wrapping on the pad. I could have heard the bat from here. And he's been given out. Would you believe it? Belatedly given out, man. So I've been called a muck. I thought I heard the little inside edge coming through my FX microphone. The batsman now looks at the inside edge. So I heard it. He heard it. The umpire obviously didn't. It's key. This next delivery, staying low. McGrath not getting in a stride, but good enough again. He's watching the ball. This net is there for Hogg again. Backward length McGrath. It's tight in defense. Plays up into the middle off region to bring it over to the end. 61 for 2. McGrath is not on 28. Gill, who's yet to face, he's on not. Words from you being down, and then you'll be joined by Keith Holder.
Mahmoud is into Gill, pitched up, and he drives through on the offside. Will get his first run here, and that's a sliding save running from cover.
Was bowling 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, the 3Ws oval, wide of the off stump is Mahmoud. Successful, although West Indies, correction, Barbados in the end were comprehensively beaten. One of the rare defeats in those days win, as here at the 3Ws oval, McGrath is off the back foot, playing Mahmoud out towards extra cover. This delivery, back goes McGrath, plays it into the covers. Long time ago in the days, second over for the 3 with a score on 3. Now pitch on the pads and in behind it, Mahmoud quickly across the wicket on the onside, picks up 1 for 5 in his second spell, and all total 11 over 7 maidens, 1 for 8. Much easier for the commentators, the analysts, the scorers. That's an excellent shot, straight down the ground on the onside for 4. Slightly flighted, and he was on the front foot. He's a tall, strongly built left-handed batsman, Gill, and he really stroked it nicely down the ground for his second boundary to move to 9 from 12 deliveries, and Yorkshire having won the toss 71 for 2. The Yorkshire first innings, they are on 71 for 2 as Gill swings it down the ground for another boundary right below our commentary position. He really whacked it. This time, not as straight as the previous one a couple balls ago, but just as effective. And that's good, strong batting. Goes into double figures, the most positive batting we've seen so far from the Yorkshiremen. He has 13, and it's now 75 for 2 at the end of the 41st over with McGrath 29. Well, he wins 1 for 40. This delivery short, flashing outside of the off stump, and it's a good take in the right glove. So in he goes again to complete his 8th over, short, and punch down, screw on the offside. That's going to be a boundary, one of the very rare ones for McGrath, who now goes into the 30s on 33. And Yorkshire haven't won the toss against Lancashire, 80-2 or 42 overs in their first innings. Gill is on 13, lift 3, and Sears 26. The batsman out more from Hendy Wallace. And then for the next 20 minutes, almost a half an hour, it will be the managing director of CMS, Paddy Agard.
Harrigan's going to continue again, this time to get off the outside edge. Is that a chance of a catch? Oh, looking to play with soft hands. Gill, very, very tentative he was, and Harrigan's going to continue again, this time to get off the outside edge. Is that a chance of a catch? Oh, looking to play with soft hands. Gill, very, very tentative he was, and slightly obstructed by the field batsman non-striking, but from here, look, Hendy, like it could have been a chance. Cheatham is going to bowl against McGrath. He's beaten outside the off stump with a good delivery. And with a little bit more time, the season's still very young. I'm sure he'll come to the mark. This delivery by McGrath is driven hard into cover. Covers the fielder is chasing after McGrath. He's jogging because he's known he's hit the boundary. He's going to continue against McGrath. 2 steps in the gully. Benson. He drives hard again this time through the point region. That one will go into the boundary. No need to run for that. Into the boundary right about now. It crosses the rope. Lovely shot. So set by highlights at the close of play. This McGrath uses his feet. It's the ball in the air. He hasn't got all of it, but I think he's got enough on it to clear the mid-off who's come into the circle. The ball comes down under a commentary move. Mahmoud comes back. Net in the back. There are 93 for 2. This net is reflected and work into the onside to feel out the Milky region. Has a dive, makes a stop, and the good stop in the end because they were thinking about a single. A short ball into batsman's head, and the guarantee will be pitched up, and there it is. And Gill is equal to the task, driving it up into the extra cover region to feel it at mid-off. Comes around to make the save, and they pick up 2 to take the score up to 95 for 2. Well, he's going to be facing Cheatham again. This there was a short ball this time down the leg side. Wayward, good tumbling save to the right by the keeper cross. Well, Cheatham will continue again to Gill. So he's wrapping on the pad, delivery, nipping back low the peel. Not out, says umpire Dalton. Hold the top delivery, pitch on the length, and shipping back. And from here again, when look to be angling down the leg side. Guilty of closing the back face just a little too early. This next area again angling in, striking the batsman on his path, going through the keeper. They were
Come back to that.
as Carrigan Boston McGrath uses his feet, drives the ball again over mid-off. It's coming down. And one bounce into the boundary now for 4. So McGrath using his feet again. This time clearing the mid-off very comfortably in Sanjay Mahmood. He goes up to 47, 99 for 2. Good shot by McGrath. That we were always concerned about was the quality of broadcasters. This delivered angle down the leg side. Seemed to have come off the pad of McGrath. We don't have a signal of leg by coming now from umpire Dalton. McGrath seemed a little bit disappointed, but from here, you saw that struck his pad. Round the wicket. To the left-handed Gill, wide side punch hard out into cover regions. There's a field on the boundary, and he comes round to make the save to take the score to 106 for 2 with that single. Gill moves up to 20. McGrath will come back into strike. He's on 48. He wants to have those stats going upwards. This next is from Gill. Bay using his feet. Bay shot, just clearing the field out mid-off. They'll have enough on it. Will it to go into the boundary now for 4? Yes, it does. Looked to have been slightly beaten the flight. He thought he was looking to go straight, but in the end, had enough bat on it to clear the mid-off, and the ball goes down the board for 411 for 2. The 50 partnership comes out as well of 101 delivers 8-4.
Delivery, not on the cricket field, but off the cricket field. Edge and drop at slip and caught by the keeper. That's excellent reflex work by Cross as the left-handed Gill went back and cut against the left-arm spinner Kerrigan, operating over the wicket from this Roberts and holding in here at the south. It was dropped at slip, and a very alert keeper Cross took the catch on the rebound, his second catch of the innings, and now Yorkshire 112 for 3 in their first innings. Gill caught Cross, bowled Kerrigan on for 25. McGrath has 49. I don't want you to miss a single ball as this delivery is pitched short and a cut through the covers for at least a couple here. We're talking with Jason Swift, an Australian who now lives in Manchester. Where precisely from Australia are you from, Jason?
Sydney.
And I'm certain that with Caritech Media Services, Caritech Media Services, you see blokes around here like Hendy Wallace, correction. Ball. That's why I do not want to break your concentration because Hendy is lining up, but we appreciate the fact that you were able to show us that replay in a jiffy just now, not to take away from Petty and his people.
Many times you like.
Yes, and that was the swiftness of Jason's. That's another one, Hendy. You can look at that replay, even if you missed it. He was groping forward and right through the gate, and he has been bowled for 4. That's Jonathan Bairstow. So 2 quick wickets by the left-arm spinner Kerrigan, and suddenly Yorkshire slip into 118 for 4.
Bit of a go-getter. Right, as you say, is that he uses his feet, hits the ball just over the field at mid-off, and it goes down into the boundary for 4. So it's a good thing, Hendy, you didn't stop at saying that it was just lots of time in the middle. That's what's required. Again, Richie uses his feet inside, a wonderful shot, but the young man, so Hendy live bar has come alive, using his feet. 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. He's going to ball again to McGrath, short delivery cut down to that fielder coming off the point. Regent Rashid is quickly down for 1. They're going to think of themselves, McGrath is coming back. He's going to come back comfortably in the end. So good running by these two.